Hello everyone. Today I would like to present to you and explain the usage of important synthesis modules. First, I would like to introduce myself. I'm G from Malaysia. If you're interested in knowing more about my music, here are some links that you can go to. So what are the important synthesis modules that we have in a synthesizer? So we have oscillator, we have LFO, we have the amplifier, we have the envelope, and also the filter. So first we are going to talk about the oscillators. So oscillators is what creates sounds. So the sound can be bright or dull depending on the waveform. The fundamental waveforms we have here are the sine wave, the square wave, the triangle wave, and the sawtooth wave. So bright and buzzy kind of aggressive sound is normally based on square wave or a sawtooth wave. So if you would like to create a smoother sound, probably you should go to sine wave. So after the oscillator, we are going to talk about the next module we have is the filter. Filter is the one that shapes the spectrum. So it is useful to take away or remove the unwanted frequencies. So the most common filter that we are going to use is actually the low pass filter, because it's the most important thing is because it lets the lows through and cuts the high. And because the oscillators usually sounds very bright, so the low pass filter can actually remove the excess high end, making the oscillators sound more like a real world kind of sound. So that's the reason why low pass filter is the most important filter in synthesizer. Besides low pass filter, we actually have high pass filter, band pass filter, notch, and also the comp. So after talking about the filter, we are going to talk about the LFO. LFO is actually what makes the sound real, like the natural sound, where you have a vibrating kind of sound, because LFO is actually low frequency oscillator, and LFO creates a cyclic variations in any other parameter, and LFO is actually controlling the pitch of the oscillator. So that's the reason why we can get like a vibrato kind of vibrato pitch wavering like sound. Usually you'll hear those singer that has like a vibrato sound. So next we are going to talk about the amplifier. Amplifier is actually what controls the volume of the sound over the time, and also it controls how it develops over time. So amplifier is actually quite simple. The last bit is actually the envelope. Envelope, usually we call it ADSR. ADSR stands for attack, decay, sustain, and release. So in the envelope, it creates kind of like a shape that runs every time a MIDI key is pressed, like a key is pressed. It controls the main amplifier, which is how we can make the amplitude change over time. So if you want to have like a percussive sound, probably you have like a very fast attack, for example. So here are all that I've talked about. So thank you very much. Thank you for listening.